Hey family, welcome to He Say She Say Family Coach Live. I am your host, Shar, founder of Law for Love, the most special place in the legal system in Atlanta. Now, I don't know if I was just like having a whole conversation with myself for the past 12 minutes or not. Was I streaming at all, y'all? Because I really did. I thought that the red button came on. Was I on and then I dropped off? Because I had to log out of StreamYard and log back in. Um, I'm not going to get hung up on that, but I do want y'all to let me know if I was not on. Will you tell me that you didn't hear anything? I wasn't on at all. Dang, look at that. Oh, goodness. Thank you, sis. I was like sitting here and just going for it. So, y'all forgive me, please. Y'all know that this is a labor of love and I am a work in progress and we are going to get through this together. And I appreciate you. You know what, y'all who support this channel, I appreciate you so much. And you all give me the courage to keep showing up and keep sharing what's in me to share about these lessons from marriages, right? Things that we see other people going through in their relationship with the hope that we're going to be able to make our family stronger by taking these lessons learned. So thank y'all so much. Y'all are the reason why a sister is staying in the game and continuing to press forward. And it's your love and your support that makes the world of difference for me to be out in a space that is not natural to me, right? So tonight we were talking about 13 relationship tips. Now, this came from someone else on YouTube. The algorithm decided that I should be interested in what this person has to say. He has very, very popular content. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to give the ladies here at Law for Love the opportunity to kind of weigh in. Is he right? Is he wrong? Is it half and half? Because I had a couple of differing thoughts, and it seemed like a lot of people agreed with what he was saying. So this brother's name is at Teach D, and this is the post that the algorithm fed me. He does relationship talks and books and things of that nature. So he did this post about, when you have a good woman, here are things you need to do to make her happy. So that's kind of like the tone of his post, right? So his first point was that when a woman is angry, she doesn't mean over half of what she says. I strongly disagree with that. Me personally, I believe that what you really feel is coming out when you mad. Just me, right? A lot of times, you're hearing a person's true heart or things that they didn't have the courage to say to you before they got angry at you. So half of what she says, I don't know. She might be really keeping it real with something that she wasn't willing to confront you about until she got mad. So I wouldn't completely throw out something that you're hearing a woman say just because she's angry. He also says here just to give her a hug to calm her down. I mean, look, depending on what kind of mad you're dealing with, if she needs a hug, if her anger is that she doesn't feel like she's been receiving affection or attention or any type of positive attention, maybe a hug will calm her down. But if she's mad for some other reason, she's mad because you got her looking crazy and the mortgage isn't paid because you went and you gambled it away at the casino. I don't know that you want to move in for the hug. Like if her anger is unrelated to physical affection and it's about something that you may have done that has now triggered a sense of rage because now she has to carry the world on her shoulders because you're not there for her, hugging her is not going to make that magically go away. So here, I would score this tip, I would score it like a B plus. The second one he says is that the most difficult time for a woman is when she's away from the man that she truly loves and that she can get distressed. So this one is one of the ones that I took very, very strong issue with because I want to tell y'all about just my personal experience with long distance. So my husband and I were in a long distance relationship for 2 years before we got married. We got married while I was still in school down in Miami. He was living in Atlanta. And so we were long distance while in graduate school. And while working at a mattress store, I was sharing with an older couple, retired couple, cute couple. They were super cute. That I was having challenges adjusting to then living full time with my husband here in Atlanta after being long distance for 3 years. And that one of the aspects of long distance relationships that I enjoyed was actually having the opportunity to miss him. This lady, and they were married more than 25 years. They may have been a 30-year marriage, right? And they were adorable. The lady says to me, she was like, I'm so glad you said that because ever since we both retired, we're both home together all the time. She turns and she looks at her husband and she said, you heard her? Make me miss you. So I'm not really feeling Brother Teach D at Teach D on this one. Look, maybe it'll be distressful for a woman if her husband is away at war. I could see that working for that, but not all women want to be up under their man all the time. and that's just unless he wants to clarify that he's talking about a husband away at work for half the year or a husband away at war. Not all women want to be up under somebody all the time. So I'm not feeling this one as a good tip for you guys. Number 3, he says, it takes time for a woman to trust a man. And it's hard to change her mind, but when she does, but if you mess up, you might just forget it, right? So I think that for men and for women, that it could be hard to trust. So this one I don't think is specific to women. I think if you have a history with dating, you ever had your heart broke, you ever got dumped, you ever got messed over, you ever had somebody lie to you and do you wrong, you will have some issues warming up to people and trusting. I don't want her under right, bro. Like give me give me some space, make me miss you. So like that, it was that one when I read this post that was like, I think I want to talk about this on the live because like this person he's very, very popular and a lot of people are like, just like thumb up and then agreeing with his content. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, look, I want the other ladies to like, hey, is it just me? Am I the only weirdo amongst us? But I wasn't feeling that. But here, I think it's true. It takes women a while to trust a man, just like it takes men to trust a woman. Again, if you got a history where somebody done did you wrong, it's going to take a while for most people. Tip number 4 from Brother Teach D at Teach D, he says, a woman is such a school. Now, this was one of my favorites that he said. A woman is such a school you will never graduate from. And I love this because what it is saying to men and what I think most women will agree with is that when you feel like you know everything about your woman, that's when you kind of take your foot off the gas and you slip into complacency, and that's where you're going to start messing up because there are always layers. Like if Shrek didn't teach us anything else, if an ogre has layers, if an ogre is likely to have layers, we should be looking at all people like that. Everyone is complex. Everyone has layers. There's more than what meets the eye, right? Just because you're used to a certain person's habits or what have you doesn't mean that you just stop learning about them. You should never stop learning about your woman. And I think the same thing goes for men. Number 5, your wedding certificate with her is not a driver's license. It's just a learner's permit. Continue wooing her. So I can see why this resonates with a lot of women. And the way that he said it, I mean, like, you know what? Yeah. Again, it should go both ways. Even though I find that men typically are pretty simple and straightforward in terms of not having the layers of spaghetti complexity when like women often present. That doesn't mean that men are any less complex and that women should slide into complacency like we just have our man all figured out either. You know, there's a lot of depth to all people. And, you know, before you met this person, they had decades of life experience before coming into your life. And you'll never completely know a person. You never really know anybody. And so I think that should be our attitude when it comes to relationships. Don't feel like you know somebody because you'll be surprised what you don't know. Nope. My husband needs some hobbies outside of spending all his time. But I'm trying to tell you, ain't nobody trying to be up under nobody all the time. That's not it. uh This works both ways. Flirting is fun and should be in your marriage. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Flirting is fun. In fact, I got a chance to flirt the other day. As I was driving into my house, hubby was pulling out, and we were kind of crossing paths on the street, and we did a kid exchange. We had my son was in my car, and he needed to go hop in his dad's car for them to go and do what they needed to do. And before my husband pulled off, I asked him if he had a wife that was treating him right at the house. So he was all smiling and happy that I was flirting with him, and I like it. I think we should be flirty. Yep, we should always find opportunities to flirt. We get so familiar that we forget about the little silly things, or the little things that make a difference, that let the other person, not just men, or I mean not just women here. This brother is talking about women, but men like to be regarded that way as well. Um Tip number 6. She can be very bitter now and a very sweet angel later on. It all lies in your approach. Yes, treat her right. So I almost feel like he wants to get a vote from women for how we can act up if we're not happy. And so, you know, bitter now, sweet later. Um, yes, everybody has a mood, right? Um, Maybe I'm upset right now in the moment because of a disagreement, and maybe I'll get over it soon. And I don't know. I mean, I think where he's coming from is correct. And yes, you do want to be wise on how you're approaching somebody when they are not in the best of mood or in the heat of a disagreement, right? Here is where I would say that it's really, really important for us to remember in relationship that sometimes you need to just go ahead and call a timeout and walk away. And in that immediate time frame, and maybe your timeout is 5 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 15 minutes. Ideally, you want to try to reconnect um, within half an hour, and get your emotions, ladies, into a place where you're able to reason and able to talk through the facts, and not necessarily acting out on your feelings. But I would read his bitter now as in the heat of a moment. In the heat of a moment, she might be mad, and you might need to give her a timeout. But even more, she should be asking for a timeout. She should be advocating for herself. She should be saying, "Hey, look," and this is one, ladies, that that I find to be very, very, effective. Um, I am not in a space right now where I can talk to you respectfully. So I need some time to sort out the way I'm feeling. You're advocating for your feelings, you're being civil about it, and you're letting him know that he wants to give you this space too, because he wants you to be in the right mindset where when you do re-engage with him, you're not going to disrespect him. So that's one that, is a winning recipe in my book that I would highly recommend. What do y'all think, ladies, so far? Is he pretty much like he on it? I'm finding most of what he's saying is pretty decent, but some of it feel like, he trying to be our friend. he trying to give us a pass. A woman hardly forgets things. She remembers what hurts more and avoids making her hurt. Avoid negative words and affirm her always. I like this. I think this is great advice for men. Again, I do think that it goes back to the spaghetti and the connection that we have emotionally to events now, in the present and in the past, and even the ones that we project into our future. And yes, negative words. Negative words include complaining, and hearing someone complain more than they praise can be demoralizing. And so I do like his advice here about affirming her always. And affirming it doesn't necessarily mean that you're always telling her what's, something good about her appearance or good about her personality, but thank her for what she does. Small tokens of appreciation go a really, really long way. So I would take negative words to also include complaining, as well as it might mean demoralizing or speaking down to somebody or calling someone out of their name. To me, that's a no-brainer that everyone should conduct themselves in that way. And I would also say that when it comes to the negative words versus positive words, that women should also be mindful of that as well. But yes, we don't forget. We always feel, and our feelings connect our past, our present, and our future. So he hit the nail on tip number 7 for me. Number 8, a woman can be highly secretive. I thought this one was interesting. I wanted to hear from you ladies about this one. Are you secretive? Look, will you keep it a secret if I ask you? if you're secretive? Most times when they prove hard to men, they go to their closet and cry to friends. Make your woman your best friend. Brother Walt. Brother Walt, he coming at Teach D is coming for you on point number 8. So I don't know about secretive, right? It is highly secretive. I don't know about this highly secretive thing. So, Princess says she's private, exclusive, right? That doesn't mean you're secretive. And guess what? We had this conversation here before, and I'm sure it's going to happen again. There are some things that your girlfriend is going to understand without you having to break it all down. She's going to understand your spaghetti a little differently than your husband is going to understand your spaghetti. In fact, I would say this: men, be glad that your woman would have a friend that she could cry to. Now, not just any friend, because some friends, they want to see mess going on in a relationship. They want to sow discord between a woman and her man. They want to see them break up because they don't have anything else going on. So not any friend, but a good friend, somebody who has some sense, someone who's mature in her own relationship and in managing her own emotions. I think you as men should want your wife to have someone like that to talk to when it comes to stuff that she might not even know how to talk to you about it. And she might need to go to her girlfriend to find a productive and a respectful way to bring the conversation to you. So I don't like him calling it secretive, because that almost make it look like we slipping and sliding when really we're just trying to get some counsel to sort through our feelings. Are any of you ladies seeing it different than that? I don't like his use of the word secretive. It almost I don't know. It almost suggests, we're hiding things, and that might not be true. So I'm gonna give him a half and half on this one. Number 9, he says all women love to be begged. No, sir, wrong. Ladies, can y'all help me out here? Do you like to be begged? He says here, men often miss out on this. Yes, please handle them like babies sometimes. It's all they want. I need to hear from somebody other than me, because I don't like how this tip is making me feel on the inside. It's bothering me, and I want to hear what you have to say. What is begged? That's the question I'm asking here. What is this? What is he saying? No begging, please. No begging, please. Right. And then the whole act like a baby thing. Right. This one right here really, really, really rubs me wrong. I don't know. I'm going to tell you how I'm reading into this one. So y'all know what my paradigm is about romantic love. Romantic love is the place where a lot of us catch L's in our relationship because we're expecting this dopamine rush in our relationship because of what we saw on the TV. Well, what do you see in the TV? The man and the woman, they get into a heated argument, and then she turns around and she walks out of the room, and then he chases after her. Like, that's how I'm reading into this one. This one really bothers me. And the whole idea of treating a woman like a baby because she likes to be begged. This is playing into an emotional paradigm that's not rooted in reality. And I'm going to say, ladies, please do not fall for this one right here as reality and be expecting your man to be begging you and chasing you out the house when you running away. Let's not do that. You say, okay, so you down with the chase princess, but not the begging, because the begging make him look. I mean, I could just see that begging making him look weak. We don't want our men looking weak. We don't. We're okay with the fact that our men have weaknesses. We're okay with the fact that our men have feelings, but begging makes a man look weak in my eyes. And that's kind of the connotation that I'm getting, Sister Princess. Don't that begging, that's not it. When mine left, I changed the locks. We don't beg around here. My son begs. Hilarious. No begging. Yes. So, the votes are in. We do not want our men begging. That does not look good on y'all. Let's not do that. Let's not beg, brothers. But let's not have y'all out here begging. We don't like that. We need our men. Look, I'd rather hear you growling and fussing than begging. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, but no begging. We don't want begging, brothers. So we striking down number 9 as false. All women have a unique character. Like salt, their presence might not be noticed, but their absence makes all the things tasteless. I like this one, brother at Teach D. I think you have a good point here. All women have a character like salt, is the complete thought. that yeah, we're a little unassuming, which is why at times the brothers do take their wives for granted. You know, it's like, oh, okay, she here, okay, I'm good. Like, no, you know, there's more that she needs just to be, you know, a familiar piece of furnishing around the house. You just want to know that she at the house. No, because if she's advocating for things that she needs from you, and then you find yourself alienated or distance from her when she leaves, yes, the atmosphere of the house does completely change when the woman is gone. So so I like this one. I like the way that he phrased it, his use of words. That begging mess came from music, R&B. You know what? You are so right. Like, the first thing I thought of when you talked about the music and begging, whose voice literally popped into my mind? Uh, Keith Sweat. Like that whiny, beggy Keith Sweat. Yes, he was begging. Levert was begging. They were begging. We don't want that. Yeah, that we do not like that. That looks so weak. Ugh, we don't want that. You can take my money. Yeah, y'all know the one that I like to refer to all the time about over promising. I give you the sun, the stars. Doing too much. Out in the desert begging, out in the rain, looking, like, and wondering why you don't respect him. Don't beg. We are not respecting that. We're not respecting the begging. We're going off on the begging right now. But you're right. It's such a good point about the music and the begging, cause like, yeah, and you know what? That's a great conversation for us to have about what music has done to our relationship dynamic. Cause some of these, like, I remember when men sound like tough and rough in the music, and now they sounding a little something else. Um, uh yeah, like he begging, like, nah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Oh, good. Sister Stacy is Brother Red. He out of control. He started it. So if she loves you, number 11, she can do everything you ask of her as far as it makes you happy. So never force her to love you. I don't know how y'all are reading this one. I don't know how y'all are reading this one. What Lenny Williams song? Y'all know. I need to start. I need to start catching up with some of the stuff going on out here in entertainment and media. Um, if she loves you, so I'm gonna give Brother at Teach D the benefit of the doubt here. That what he's really getting at is that you don't have to force your woman to do things that make you happy. She wants to because she loves you, and there's nothing that she won't do for you. So maybe I'm saying the exact same thing he's saying here, but the way it was reading, it read interestingly to me. So I wasn't sure how to take it. But I will say this. Um, women wanna do right by their men. And we just don't want anybody thinking that he the boss of us. So you can ask just like you want to be asked. You don't want to be forced to do anything. A woman don't want to be forced to do anything either. And if she loves you, she's happy to do it. That's how I'm reading this one. If you are begging because you have done something disrespectful, you can save that breath. Auntie going in. Don't nobody want to hear that now. Begging is not making it better. Like cheating, right? So this is a good point because I don't know the name of this show. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I just really don't have time to watch TV. But there's some kind of show and these little like clips of it come up on my Instagram feed, and it's like this lady and this guy, and apparently he's a serial cheater, and they keep having episodes of him messing up, and I'm just like mortified watching this as a storyline because it's like he does beg, and then they have one clip of her coming out of some kind of store with her butch girlfriend, and he's standing outside looking sad and weak because he got caught cheating, and his girlfriend finally gave up on him, and she's like, I don't want to be bothered with you no more. So now she's hanging out with the gay girl, and the gay girl like, we could take him, we could beat him up, that kind of thing. And he was looking so sorry. He was begging. He was begging. And I wish I knew the name of this show, but he is like personifying that picture of go do something stupid, mess up, and then when you get caught messing up, come back and beg so she could take you back. Don't let's That begging thing is rubbing all of us wrong here at Lawful Love tonight. We don't want the begging. Can do and will do as long as you don't take advantage. This is a really, really good point, Princess, because yes, I love you, and yes, I'm gonna hold you down, and I'm gonna do right by you. But as Brother Michael would say, don't run the pimp game. Don't think you getting over on somebody. That was a really good point that I appreciate. Yeah, yeah, getting caught cheating and coming back begging, I don't know, it's like double jeopardy. Like you messed up and then now you looking weak. I don't like it. So number 12, if you don't take care of her, she will find someone who will. They are always there, only that she chose you. Now this one was a little insightful. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you why I don't like this one. I don't like number 12 because it's seeking to motivate men to do right by their women by scaring them into picturing another man taking a woman. If your woman, especially if we're talking about husbands and wives, if you are married and your wife is in with you, she's locked in with you, and she's in it for the long term to work through whatever y'all need to work through until you figure out some stuff. And I don't like the idea of motivating a man to act right based on, this market competition that exists for some other man to come take your woman. I almost feel like, this is setting women up to believe in our minds that there's all of these eligible men out here for us. And the numbers just don't justify that for our position as women. Not in the black community. So we're out here, we have a small pool of eligible men on all type of different levels of what um, a lot of women want in a man. And to think that you just gonna, up and go just get you somebody else because there's just such a high um, amount of men that you want to be bothered with out here that'll take care of you. I don't know. I feel like this one is setting women up for a false expectation if in her eyes her man could do better and he's not. And I don't like motivating people to do right based on fear tactics. So number 12 is a no for me. Did anyone else have any thoughts about that one? Number 12, going once, going twice. I don't like number 12. I mean, there's an element of truth to it, but I don't like it. And number 13, if a woman truly loves you, good point and lends itself to a spiritual concept. Moving fear or moving love. Yeah. Yeah. Let's be motivated by love, and let's not be motivated by looking at our relationships like it's a commodity, right? I think that's what's irritated me about number 12 Auntie. Like, oh, there's plenty fish in the sea. Like, especially when you commit your life to somebody. I mean, once you locked in, you locked in. Again, there are some things that could be going on why you need to um, get you some help, um, and get some counsel in your marriage if stuff goes real bad. But seeing your man as a commodity and you go just get you another one, I ain't feeling it either. And yes, I like that you brought out that the scripture is about love and not fear. Perfect love casts out fear, right? So if a woman really loves you, number 13, even to ask for money from you, she will be shy. But as a gentleman, don't wait to be asked. And most especially if she loves you, she can never leave you to spend unnecessarily. That's what makes them special. So I can see a little bit of what he's saying, especially if you come from the clan that I come from. The I got my own money clan. Asking for help can be super duper hard, but the putting the expectation on a man to offer help to his woman financially, I think that one goes both ways. I think that women, we have responsibility for asking for help. We should ask for what we want. We shouldn't necessarily expect a man to just offer. And I think a lot of women end up frustrating themselves and getting themselves mad at their man because he doesn't offer, because of expectations like this. He might be willing to give it to you, but he don't know you need it if you don't ask. So I think there's some responsibility on both sides. Check in with your woman every now and then. Ask her how she doing. Does she need help with anything? But women should not just sit back and expect a man to just volunteer some money if she's not expressing a need. So that would be how I would deal with number 13. It's kind of like I see the truth, but let's not put all the responsibility on men when it comes to that. So that was it. That was at Teach D's thoughts of what he thinks about women, what he tells other men about women. What I love about the Law for Love family here at He Say She Say, we do not want our man begging. Like, the moral of the story is we do not want our man begging. That is not a good look on our men. Y'all need to go ahead, ball that one up and throw it in the garbage. We want our men to be strong. We want our men to definitely continue to learn about us and not to become complacent with us. We want our men to understand that we don't want to be up under them all the time. We need our space, just like men should want their space. And those were my big takeaways for tonight. So y'all, I had a lot of fun kind of going through these with y'all, but the begging one took the cake. I thank you all for connecting with us here at Law for Love, the most special place in the legal system in Atlanta. That's who we are. And we do this every Monday night, grown folk conversation, talking about stronger relationships, stronger community. With that, I love you all and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.